our U.S. There's complete transparency about the old interest. There's complete transparency about the decisions that are held.
All right, welcome to another stream, guys. Welcome to another show to Blockchain Talks, and my name is Jose, and we are going to talk about what the heck is going on or what the heck happened with FTX last week. You know, we just saw something that I guess didn't age well of SBF talking in front of Congress about how well and how hard regulated FTX was. Um, and yeah, they indeed were regulated because they were an American company, and they also were regulated for other or by other international organisms or organizations. But let's see how everything developed, because that's the important thing to see here. So we can see that on November 6th, CC from Binance tweeted that he was liquidating their FTT position just post exit risk management, learning from Luna. And also, we gave support before, but we won't uh, pretend to make lower love after divorce. We are not against anyone, but we won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. And that's due to the fact that um, FBS was pretty much um, lobbying to pass crypto regulation that will only benefit FTX and, I guess Alameda Research and all that. So anyways, um, continue to that. Then CC on the same day, he tweeted, as part of Binance exit from FTX equity last year, Binance received a roughly $2.1 billion equivalent in cash. Due to recent revelations that have come to light, we have decided to liquidate any remaining FTT on our books, and that's pretty much due to some or the Alameda Research spreadsheet that was running around uh, through the internet days prior, where it showed that pretty much Alameda Research, hence FTT, were in the hole. And then uh, you hold on. So then when CC showed this, he or actually Caroline Capital on Twitter directly tweeted to Binance, to CC Binance. If you're looking to minimize the market impact on your FTT sales, Alameda will happily buy it all from you today at $22. But why $22? Well, maybe you are asking why $22. Well, the thing is that $22 was the key price of FTT on many loans and it was pretty much a margin call that Alameda Research was defending, because they now we know that they had a lot of loans and their margin call was $22. So that's why she referred to this that's why she referred to this uh $22 level right here. But let's see who is Caroline. Well, Caroline not only was SBF girlfriend and roommate and MIT graduate too, but she was this person right here.
Trade where I've lost a ton of money. Well, I don't know. I probably don't want to go into specifics too much with that.
Okay, so yeah, that was the CEO of. Wow, that's crazy. That was one of the CEO or the CEO or ex CEO of one of the richest, most influential crypto companies. And yeah, that was her. So okay. So anyways, then SBF asked for CC's help to pretty much buy FTX, like take him out of the hole, um, bail him out. And then CC tweets this afternoon, FTX asked for help. There is a significant liquidity crunch to protect users. We signed a non-binding LOI intending to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover the liquidity crunch. We will be conducting a full due diligence in the coming days. And of course, if you're smart enough, you do you do your due diligence, and you want to see your spreadsheets. What are your balances? What you owe? What are your liabilities? What are your assets? I mean, now we know that um, FTX had only $9 million in assets and some around $11 billion in liabilities. So they were deep in the hole. Anyways, what they were doing with that money. So that's why on November 9, Binance, the official Binance Twitter account, tweets, as a result of corporate due diligence, as well as the latest news report regarding mishandling customer funds. We'll talk about that later. And alleged U.S. agency investigations, we have decided that we'll not pursue the potential acquisition of FTX.com. So that pretty much tanks the price of FTT, brings SBF net worth from $19 billion to pretty much zero or $900 million or nothing. The value of FTX as a company, the valuation goes from $35 billion, roughly around that, to $1. And then we have this. So Mike McGuinness at Mike MCG0 on Twitter tweets on November 12th that if you have a bank account linked with FTX US, change your bank account password and stop sharing data immediately. Below is a screenshot of my bank account, which they tried accessing 40 minutes ago. So these guys, um, apparently these guys, what they wanted to do was to pretty much take all the funds from clients that had their accounts linked to FTX, which is that's some mafia thing right out there. I mean, it's crazy. And of course, that day, FTX gets hacked, and a lot of, or pretty much most of the customer funds disappear. Like, they're vanished, they're gone. So anyway, so now, how in the right mind somebody in Congress, in Capitol Hill, because we know that SBF pretty much was a common visitor of Capitol Hill, because he was fighting for regulation, and also he knew a lot of VCs and a lot of people who invested into Alameda Research and into FTX. So how in the right mind you would trust somebody like her, like Caroline, like SBF? How would you not do your due diligence and um, just investigate how things are working, how a 20-something-year-old is able to raise his net worth from zero pretty much to billions of dollars in 2 years. That, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, like, honestly, nowadays, pretty much nothing makes any sense. But how in their right mind somebody doesn't make the assumptions of, like, okay, let's see what's going on. I mean, like, even people like smart investors, what we call now, like Kevin O'Leary. You know, Kevin O'Leary had an interview not too long ago on CNBC, and they pretty much said that he was a paid spokesperson for FTX. And actually, there's video where he says that FTX is the only place where his money is safe. I guess now we know that that is not true. And he says, yes, I'm a shareholder in FTX International. That's a zero. It's not the first time I've made a bad investment, probably not the last time, but luckily I made more good ones than bad ones, and I've learned from my mistakes. What's going to happen now is that there won't be another situation like this for institutional investors ever again. We're simply not going to put capital to work until this stuff gets regulated. I'm going to fly to Washington, and I want regulation. I want it now. No more delaying. Now, what pretty much, is this good for crypto? Is this bad for crypto? I don't think it's good at all, because that will definitely put CBDCs back into the eyes of regulators. And let me tell you something. I mean, like, the crypto industry is regulated. Maybe not as regulated as banks, because yes, CBDCs, I mean, the centralized exchanges are not FDIC insured and all that, but they are regulated. Crypto exchanges are regulated. If you don't know, just go to Coinbase, go to well, I was gonna say FTX, but that definitely is not the case anymore. But anyways, so what happened really? What happened? This is what happened. Apparently, FTX had a backdoor to transfer billions. So as SBF entered bankruptcy protection, routers, you know what I'm saying, reports that between $1 billion to $2 billion of customer funds have vanished from failed crypto exchange. Both routers and the Wall Street Journal found that SBF, now the ex-CEO of FTX, transferred $10 billion of customer funds from his crypto exchange to the digital asset trading house Alameda Research. So he was pretty much piggybacking from his customers' funds to leverage those funds and create more money. And also he was printing FTT out of thin air and just using it as a collateral to create more loans and just feed himself more money. So talking about a Ponzi scheme, wow. Now, FTX official and FTX US wallets appear to be hacked. That happened on 11/12, with over 600 million leaving the exchange. More than 600 million in crypto left bankrupt crypto company FTX wallets late Friday, with little clear explanation as to why. Soon afterwards, FTX stated that in its official Telegram channel that it has been hacked, instructing users not to install any new upgrades and to delete all FTX apps. FTX has been hacked. FTX apps are malware, delete them. Chat is open. Don't go on FTX website as it might download Trojans. Wrote an account administrator in the FTX support Telegram chat. The message was pinned by FTX General Counsel Ryan Miller. So that's pretty much the thing. Uh, you know, so out of the blue, um, the FTX account or the FTX website gets hacked, take it, and the hacker takes all the funds in the FTX wallets, which is it's crazy. It's crazy to think, but I mean that's what happened. I mean this is a Netflix documentary in the making. Anyways, at least $1 billion of client funds missing at FTX. That's 1111. At least $1 billion customer funds have vanished from class crypto exchange FTX, according to two people familiar with the matter. The exchange's founder SBF secretly transferred 10 billion of customer funds from FTX to Bankman-Fried's Alameda Research. A large portion of that total has seen disappear. They said one source put the missing amount at about $1.7 billion. The other said that the gap was between $1 billion and $2 billion. What it is known that FTX moved customer funds to Alameda Research. The missing funds are reportedly here for the first time. The financial hole was revealed in records that BSBF shared with other senior executives last Sunday, according to the two sources. The records provided an up-to-date account of the situation at the time that they said. Both sources held senior FTX positions until this week and said that they were briefed on the company's finances by top staff. So things get crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier. So the thing is that we pretty much ask ourselves what's going on, or what's happening. We open a complete can of worms, and why is this happening? Well, the thing is that there were malice. It seems to be that there were a malice use of funds from part of FTX, some people at FTX and some people in Alameda Research. And also the thing is that, well, SBF was very known, not only in crypto, but in politics. And he was building his name to be one of the best, or one of the biggest donors, and one of the biggest or richest people in the world. And actually, we can see here that Sam Bankman-Fried was the primary founder of the Protect Our Future PAC, which spent tens of millions of dollars in Democratic parties this year. He also wanted to spend upwards $1 billion in the 2024 presidential election, per Market Watch. And Sam Bankman-Fried falls cut off big source of funds for U.S. Democrats. SBF stormed the U.S. political scene with multi-million-dollar donations that led lawmakers, particularly Democrats, to believe that he was ushering in the next generation of donors. But in a matter of days, his business empire collapsed into bankruptcy, and the prospect of millions more in donations evaporated. Before the fall of SBF cryptocurrency exchange FTX, the entrepreneur had emerged as the second largest donor to Democrats after George Soros. Wow. He had vowed to give up to $1 billion to political candidates linked to causes he supported, a pledge from which he later backed away. So I guess he's not somebody that we can believe his word, huh? Sam didn't live up to his commitment, said one Democratic lobbyist working in the crypto space. SBF grant spending promises had been more bluster than action. The lobbyist added. Well, let's see how much money this guy gave to the political causes, to the Democrats. Well, let's see. If you go to Federal Election Commission, that's fec.gov, you can see that Samuel Bankman Fried made all these donations right here. The latest one was 10/19/22 for $4 million to Across the Aisle PAC in California. Also, Salud Carvajal for Congress for $2.9 million. Limitless Horizons, $5 million. This is only this year, guys. Lou Carrera for Congress, $2.9 million. Sumit PAC, $5 million. Heartland Resurgence, $50 million. Democratic Grassroots Victory Fund, $400 million. Oh no, $400,000. My bad. Yeah, I guess I don't know how to read numbers now. $50,000, $400,000, $50,000, $8,500, $3,600,000. Okay, let's see. I mean, he was definitely giving a lot of money away to politics, to the Democrats, to say the least. And of course, he was the number 2 person who donated to the Biden campaign. $1 million to America United, $10 million to Protect Our Future PAC, $6 million to House Majority PAC, $4 million to Protect Our Future PAC, $9 million to Protect Our Future PAC. Again, wow. Let me see. That's only this year. Let's see if we can do. Let's see. Let's see here. Tuturu. 2010 Bennett for Colorado, Senator Ascension from Biden Victory Fund, $50,000. Pennsylvania Democratic Party, $780. Democratic Party of Virginia, $780. Ohio Democratic Party, $780. Nebraska Democratic Party, $780. Wow. This guy was just like giving them away. $2,000 to GMI PAC. $2 million, I mean. Anyways, what about other causes that he was given to? Well, Ukraine government partnered with FTX for crypto and to fiat donations. On March 14, the Ukrainian government launched a new crypto donation website on March 14, streamlining its multi-million-dollar effort to turn Bitcoin into bullets, bandages, and other war material. Aid for Ukraine, which has the backing of crypto exchange FTX, staking platform Everstake, and Ukraine's Kuna exchange, will route donated crypto to the National Bank of Ukraine. Everstake heads of grown Vlad, whatever his name is, Ukraine's crypto savvy Ministry of Digital Transformation also involved. The country's collective effort have already raised some $48 million in Bitcoin. FTX is converting donations into fiat for deposit at the National Bank of Ukraine, a press release said. Oh, wow. So I guess after all these, we can learn that I mean, the guy was influential. He wanted to influence a lot of people with his the way he thought or he thinks. And it's crazy because he, once again, I mean, like, if you are in Congress, if you are either Democrat or Republican or independent, if you're part of the most powerful country in the world, you don't do a background check on this guy every time he goes to Congress. You don't, if you have hundreds of millions of dollars to invest, you don't do your research before you put your money with this guy or with people like him or anybody. I mean, who in their right mind does that? I mean, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy. But anyways, let's see. Well, let's see. Let's see. What is this?
How much risk was in that system? Why viral spoke non-reported transactions? No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, spook, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and 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 again. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again.
Yeah, absolutely. Just pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, spook, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and 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 again. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again.
Wow. Hey, I know that a lot of people lost a lot of money. I mean, I'm really sorry about that. I've lost money also with Celsius, with Luna, and yeah, it doesn't feel good. But sometimes I mean, you got you gotta move on. I mean, like, you gotta try to make money again. And one of the things that it's one of the things that helps you doing that is with laugh. You gotta laugh at the situation, because I mean, it's sad, but you have to learn from that situation. You have to move on, and if you can laugh, you laugh. Because at the end of the day, there's no other way to. I mean, funds are not going to be seen. I'm sorry to tell you that if you didn't know that, but that's what's going to happen. You're not going to see your funds again. Anyways, another news: between $1 billion and $2 billion of FTX customer funds have disappeared. SBF had a secret backdoor to transfer billions. I already covered this news. So, also, okay, let's see this. This is Shamat on his All In podcast. He was talking about SBF and FTX, and he said something interesting, which is pretty much what I said. This doesn't make any sense. So let's see what he says. Okay, let's see what he says.
He pitched us in that $17 billion round, and I did a Zoom with him. And after the Zoom, I'm like, this doesn't make much sense, but I'll have my team do some work. We did some work, and we sent him a 2-page deck. And we said, here are our recommendations for taking the next step. One was the formation of a board. The second was the creation of dual class stock. The third was some reps and warranties around affiliated transactions and related party transactions. And the person that worked there called us back and literally, I'm not kidding you, said, go fuck yourself. He pitched us in that $17 billion round, and I did a Zoom with him. And after the Zoom,
Wow. Okay. So I guess they didn't give a damn um about anything, any recommendations or anything like that. But anyways, so let's talk about Gary, my friend Gary Gensler. So the Wolf of All Streets tweeted, "I'm so glad that Gary Gensler and the SEC retroactively protected, in quotes, consumers by punishing Kim Kardashian for an Instagram story while actively working with FTX to give their criminal enterprise a monopoly in the US. That's right. I feel safer. How about you?" That's right. That's why a lot of people, you have to know, if you are Gary Gensler and if you are so against crypto, why you don't do your research when you have all these things happening pretty much in your backyard. And then Tom Emmer, you know, then Gary Gensler just goes out and says, "Hey, I'm gonna talk on CNBC about right here. I'll be joining Andrew Worskin on CNBC at 8 to discuss recent developments in the crypto markets." And then, interesting, Gary Gensler runs to the media while reports to my office allege he was helping SBF and FTX work on legal loopholes to obtain a regulatory monopoly. We're looking into this because it seems like an inside job to me. I mean, like, look at this, Stooge. Crypto used to fund Biden's campaign via his mom's organization, plus 50 to 100 millions to 2020 midterm elections. FTX co-founder Gary Wan, VC Sequoia Capital, uh, purported to be CCP. Alameda Research, Caroline Edison's father, was Gary Gensler's boss at MIT. Ellison's SBF lovers goes very deep. And you see here, my friend right here, SBF, with two other people that we all know, and we know their intentions. So anyways, FTX breakdown, MIT, everything starts in MIT and these very Ivy League institutions. Glenn Ellison, which is this guy right here. Right here. Let me hold on. Glenn Ellison, this guy right here, is the father of this person right here. Hold on. Is the father of this person right here.
Trade where I've lost.
So he's the father of of Caroline. He's the father of Caroline, which is SBF girlfriend. Right here. This guy's girlfriend is this person right here. So, anyways, who is this guy? Gary Gensler, SEC head and former professor of economics at MIT, was the subordinate of Glenn Ellison at MIT. So it's a cycle. It seems to be a cycle. Anyway, Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX reportedly denies fleeing to Argentina, because apparently he went to Argentina, but then apparently he wasn't in Argentina. He was in the Bahamas. And why everybody goes to Argentina? Why all the bad people goes to Argentina? I mean, I guess like the Nazis went to Argentina. SBF wants to go to Argentina or Dubai, because apparently Dubai doesn't have any extradition laws or anything like that. I don't know. That's a good question. Anyways, now we have CC says 2 big lessons. Never use a token you created as a collateral. That's pretty much what they did. Don't borrow if you run a crypto business. Don't use capital efficiently. have a large reserve. Binance has never used BNB for collateral, and we have never taken on debt. Also, SBF tweeted yesterday at 10:49 H. That's all he tweeted. H. Oh, and then no, he first tweeted what? And then he tweeted H. I don't know. Anyways, one thing that I can tell you guys, and that's it's pretty much CC's takeout for this is it might take some effort, but what else have we got to do? Let's rebuild. And let's rebuild. If you are still in crypto, you congratulations, you pretty much you made it into crypto history because you witness everything that happened. You probably will become very rich, hopefully, if you use your money in a smart way. If you take profits, you will make money. And also, um, just let's go back to the principles. I've said it in my Twitter. Just go back to the principles of blockchain, which are verified on trust. You know, when you see a token that pumps out of the blue, verify, make sure that that token or that project or that company has a utility or is solving a problem. Not just go for anything that is just that you see online. If I tell you something, don't trust what I tell you. I mean, like all these, what I said, all in today's show and tomorrow's show and yesterday's video, everything is my opinion. Nothing is a fact. You have, unless you have to do your own research, you have to uh, investigate. You have to know where everything is going, and you have to follow the money, because at the end of the day, it's your money. So follow your do your own research. Don't follow just one person's advice. Just I mean, guys, I don't know what else to tell you. Just do your own research. It's your money. I mean, you are putting your money in the line. So if that doesn't creep you out to do your own research, I don't know what does. But yeah, I mean, like, just do your own research. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. It's just plainly my opinion. And if you think that what I say is true or anything like that, just do your own research, back it. I'll continue to say that. Don't trust myself, don't trust anybody else on crypto, but trust yourself and trust your own research. Okay. And also, to be safe, just take all all your funds out of the exchanges. I mean, like, if use something like this, like a ledger. If you don't have one, I have links in the description below. You can get a ledger from there. You have to make sure that is the right ledger website, and don't buy a ledger from any third party company or from anybody from the internet, because like with a it might be fake, or let's say, so just save yourself some trouble. Do that. Take your funds out of the exchanges. Remember, this is not legal or financial advice. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if I gave you some alpha, and if I gave you some really valuable information, which I believe I did. And also, comment down below, what do you think? Hopefully you didn't lose any money with FTX, but if you do, I'm really sorry about that. And if you did, just put down there in the comments how much you lost, and let's reveal, guys. Let's reveal, because crypto needs us, and the future of the world, it might depend on it. All right. So like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and don't forget to check the ledger link in the description below and other links that I have in the description below. My name is Jose. Once again, this was Blockchain Talks, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.